From mixed reactions in and outside the boxing world to a rather controversial fight, especially with a huge age gap between the two fighters, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are probably going to make a lot of money from this fight. But does this mean this fight is going to be the biggest boxing scam ever? Let's find out. Starting with their age gap. Many worry about Tyson's well-being, as he's of an age where he should retire and relax instead of still boxing. But the risk isn't just on Tyson's side. Despite his age, Tyson isn't just any opponent. Unlike the less experienced fighters Paul has previously faced, Tyson is a seasoned veteran, known for his powerful punches. No one would face a fighter who was once known for delivering some of the most formidable blows in the history of boxing willingly, even if they had 40 years on him. The man even had a tiger as a pet, for crying out loud. So, as expected, the announcement of this boxing match has gotten a fair bit of attention, and the rules are laughable. The unusual rules seem to have taken cues from less formal, almost funny traditions in the sport. This fight is unique because it uses oversized gloves and has rules that prevent a decision win if the bout goes the full distance, which is also shorter than usual. Such provisions have led to the event being regarded as more of a scam than a traditional boxing match. In traditional professional boxing, fighters usually wear 10-ounce gloves. However, this match mandates 16-ounce gloves. These are significantly larger and are typically used in training sessions to minimize the risk and impact of punches, thus reducing the likelihood of serious injury. This is an important adaptation, particularly considering the age and physical condition of veteran fighters like Tyson. Another huge change is the reduction of round durations from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. This not only shortens the fight by a third, but also impacts the fighter's strategies and stamina management. Shorter rounds could lead to more explosive action as fighters have less time to make their mark. But they also mean less time under physical strain, which is great for older athletes. A big rule in this fight is the absence of official judges at ringside, which means there will be no scoring. Victory can only be achieved through a knockout, which might seem to encourage more aggressive fighting. However, with the heavier gloves and reduced fight time, achieving a knockout becomes more challenging. This increases the likelihood of a no-decision outcome, emphasizing the match's exhibition or scummy nature, if you will. The fighters are also required to pass an EEG and EKG test. An EEG checks for electrical activity in the brain, while an EKG will test the heart's electrical activity to confirm that the fighters are in good health to compete. These tests point to the event's commitment to safety, ensuring that the competitors are fit for the ring despite the relaxed rules on actual fighting. But these rules are there for good reason. Similar conditions were applied to Mike Tyson's previous exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. This approach seems to be becoming the norm for exhibition matches involving veteran boxers, where entertainment and safety are prioritized over pure competitive spirit. The community's response to these rules has been mixed, with some fans excited to see legends back in action under safer conditions, while others feel that such adaptations dilute the essence of boxing. The regulatory body overseeing the fight may adjust the rules based on feedback from the boxing community and the viewers, which could include alterations to glove sizes, round lengths, or scoring methods. Despite some purist objections, this exhibition is tailored to provide entertainment while ensuring the safety of the fighters. It celebrates the legacies of iconic athletes like Mike Tyson, allowing them to showcase their skills without the high stakes of professional ranking battles. Now, it's worth mentioning that Tyson has endured many physical confrontations, both in official matches and during training sessions, which could potentially lead to significant brain damage. So, there's a big chance Jake Paul will have the rules set in his favor if the test results aren't up to par in Tyson's case. The focus might be particularly intense on Tyson because of the many years he has spent boxing professionally, which could potentially have impacted his health more significantly. This is particularly important considering the physical demands and the known risks of long-term brain and heart damage in the sport of boxing. There's an interesting aspect concerning Paul too. Although it would be quite surprising if he failed the EKG, considering his youth and shorter career in boxing compared to Tyson, there is speculation among fans and commentators. Some people have noticed physical changes in Paul over the years that they suggest could be linked to health issues. But these are just speculations without confirmed medical evidence. The setup of the fight rules out the possibility of winning by decision, which means that a fighter can only win by knockout. This particular rule might have been established to protect the fighter's records, especially in an exhibition match like this one. For Tyson, this means that despite his experience and understanding of boxing, he can't use a tactical approach to win on points. The rule effectively narrows his opportunities to leverage his skills for a strategic victory. A more experienced boxer such as Mike Tyson might have been able to outmaneuver Paul in a longer, more conventional fight, but the emphasis on knockouts limits the fight's tactical possibilities. People are now debating about this. It is interesting to wonder whether these rules were preferred by either of the fighters or mandated by the Athletic Commission. Considering that Mike Tyson is 57 years old, it seems plausible that the commission implemented these to minimize the risk of injury, ensuring that the event remains within safe boundaries for an older athlete. In boxing, the safety regulations often vary depending on the type of match, professional or exhibition, and the experience levels of the boxers involved. Historically, the sport has evolved significantly in terms of safety protocols. Decades ago, boxers like Rocky Marciano fought in 15-round matches, whereas today, professional bouts are typically capped at 12 rounds. Amateurs, too, face different sets of rules, including the use of helmets and larger gloves to increase safety during fights. Hence, adapting specific safety measures for an exhibition match, especially to protect a senior boxer like Mike Tyson, is not unprecedented. Some may see this protective approach as overly cautious, arguing that brain damage is a fundamental risk of boxing. The commission's top priority is likely to be reducing serious risks, balancing the sport's inherent danger with modern health standards. But the rules seem to slightly favor Jake Paul. Looking at the potential outcome of the fight, he's at an advantage due to his younger age and possibly better endurance. And so, the use of 16-ounce gloves, larger than the standard 10-ounce, means that punches will have less impact than they would with smaller gloves. This rule adjustment benefits Paul, as it describes the likelihood of Tyson knocking him out despite his frightening punching power. It also means that Paul doesn't need to be as concerned about conserving energy or the potential damage from a heavy hit with the reduced force from the larger gloves. Despite these rules possibly leaning in favor of Jake Paul, the excitement around the match is still high. This setup, while protective, doesn't strip Tyson of his chance to leverage his extensive experience and perhaps outmaneuver Paul strategically, even if his physical ability isn't what it once was. Everybody's curious to see how the boxing community and general audience will react to the regulations and the match's outcome. The match might be criticized as a scam, a disgrace, or a shame. These are all valid arguments. But realistically, it's Jake Paul who's at risk. Throughout his explosive career, Tyson knocked out seasoned heavyweights for kicks, often with a single, crushing uppercut. And if there's one thing a boxer retains, it's his punch. Tyson's motivated not just by the money, but by a genuine belief in his boxing skills, which were recently demonstrated during a gym session where he was seen pounding a heavy bag aggressively. Although catching the younger, possibly quicker Paul will be a challenge, Tyson was one of the fastest heavyweights in his time. His help in training Francis Ngannou, who dangerously came close to defeating Tyson Fury, demonstrate that his quickness and ability might still be there. Tyson is definitely in good shape for his age too, still having enough menace to frighten any would-be attacker in a dark alley. While Tyson continues to profit from his large cannabis ranch in Nevada, he likely will abstain from enjoying his products until after the bout in July. Should this fight be taking place? Of course not! Yet, it's set to pack Dallas's largest NFL stadium, drawing both fans and possibly critical medical evaluation. And while medical professionals might be taken aback, rumors that the fight's outcome was predetermined may be the source of controversy. But what do you think? Is this fight a sham, or will Tyson shock the world? Let us know in the comments down below, and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this.